In this Enterprise Test Data AI video, I'm going to talk about Chat2Data, how our AI acts as a global co-pilot for data, enabling users to interact with our platform through natural language. Okay, so I'm going to search for an environment to use for this demo. I'm actually going to work with this big one, OT. As we can see, we've got a number of tables in here, and actually I'm going to pick up our AI assistant. I'm going to start to interact with it to ask or answer a series of questions. So tell me about the database. The good thing about the natural language parser here is you can essentially ask it anything. So in previous examples, we've searched for PII or we've inserted data and records using natural language. Really, we should see this as a co-pilot. We should see it as something that we can ask all sorts of information and it will give us back a ton of different details and data depending on what we ask it, from relationships all the way through to products and orders and foreign keys and table attributes and so on and so forth. So let's ask it something quite specific about the database. So in this example, I asked it where I store my orders. I'm actually not familiar with this database at all. It was a bit of a guess, but actually there is an orders table. It gives me the details that exist there and also gives me the information about where else. So for example, orders are linking into customers and orders are linking into employees. So actually, with this information, I could now go and maybe ask some data to be added into this database. I could say, add a order, but make sure that there's an associated customer and employee. And actually, let's go do that. So in this case, I'm asking now to add an order with a customer and an employee into the database. I've also told it to adjust the primary keys to make sure that it can. What it's done here is it's given me the SQL to be able to go and do that. It might be that I don't have a connection, but actually if I do have a connection, I can ask it to add the records in for me. So it looks like I don't have the rights to execute this SQL. That's fine, that's good, that's a great safety check for me. What I can do is I can now go pick up the SQL, move it over to my DBA and ask that I can have these records inserted in the database. So it doesn't look like I've got the rights to be able to execute this particular SQL. That's okay. In this example, what I wanted to highlight was the fact that using my Copilot AI, I'm able to ask information about the system, learn about it. The AI is able to give me actually all of the assets that I now need to maybe go over to my DBA or ask that this change is implemented in the system. So I've gone from knowing very little about this system to knowing quite a lot by just interacting with my Copilot.